waffles for breakfast. Waffles, all done. Hi everyone and welcome to The Learning Ladder. I'm Isabella and welcome to another prepping for homeschool video. So it has been so hot for the past 8 days here. I was supposed to take 3 weeks off homeschool prep. I've had 2 weeks off and it's been so nice. I watched Downton Abbey before they took it off Netflix. I hadn't watched all of the series, so I've got through all 6 seasons now, and they've took it off Netflix, which is really sad. I really enjoy that series. I love that period of history. I like that period of history, which begins in 1912, and then I also prefer sort of the 1850s as well to that time frame. I just think that's so fascinating, and I just love the whole evolution of everything. Like in the first couple of episodes of Downton Abbey, they're freaking out about the fact that they have electricity now and they can't understand why it's useful to have it, and it's just crazy. But if you think about all the technological advances we've seen, what's it going to look like in 100 years from now? It just blows my mind to think. We saw a car parked in the car park at the cinema yesterday. We went to see the DC Super Pets movie, and it was a Honda Civic, quite an older car. You know, it's not that old really, but it is to my daughter. When she saw it, she's like, oh my god, what is that car? It just makes me imagine what she would think in well, obviously not 100 years from now, but 50 years from now, if she looks back at our car that we had. Our car, what we've currently got, is a 2010 car. It's gonna be ancient by then. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm completely getting off the topic. So it's been super hot, and I haven't really done anything homeschool prep wise. I wasn't planning to do much anyway, but it's been so hot. Literally walking from one room to another, you break out in a sweat. My house has been 86 degrees plus for the past 8 days, all night. Nothing cools it down. It's been horrible. So we've been going to bed with frozen water bottles to keep us cool. It's been that hot, so I didn't really want to do anything physical, so move things around. I did move a couple of things. You probably can't see because it's quite sunny still, so the glare is there, but I moved one of the shelves out of here. I did do that, but I didn't want to do too much in that heat because, like I say, it was just horrendous, and I was supposed to be taking 3 weeks off. But because the weather is supposed to change this week for a couple of days at least, I think I am going to start moving the things I want to move this week. So instead of taking the full 3 weeks off, I think I'm going to split it because it's not going to be as hot, hopefully, so I'll be able to move furniture and things, because I do need to move a few furniture pieces, and just move books off shelves to clean them, and move games off shelves to clean them. And you know, although it's not hugely physical, in this heat it is, so if it's going to be a bit cooler, then I'm going to take advantage of that. So I'm probably going to start doing some more prepping this week, so I'll share that with you. I want to, well, as I said, I moved that shelf because I wanted more light to come in, because we tend to have the light on when we're doing homeschool time, but by moving the shelf that was here, it hopefully will let a bit more light in, so we won't need the light on as much. That's the hope. Obviously midwinter you probably will, and you know, it's going to be darker outside anyway, but with electricity bills, you just try and conserve what you can, and if I can let more light in and not have to turn the light on as much, then that's great. I also have a shelf in my room where it's got folders on the top of it, a bookshelf, and I want to take those folders off, find them a new home, and put books up there, because we need that extra shelf now. We do have a few new books, so I want to move some of the games off here onto the other shelf, but I need to clean it first. So yeah, we've just got lots of prepping to do, so we'll get started. I'll get as much done in this upload as I can. We do have an Amazon haul coming, so I'll show you a couple of those bits. I'm going to do a separate video with back to school supplies. I've almost pretty much got everything now. I'm just waiting on a couple of my notebooks from Amazon. They just take a while because obviously it's print on demand, it's not Prime. Well, it is Prime for people who buy it, but for me, I can get offer copies which are slightly cheaper, but it takes longer because it's not Prime. So I'm just waiting for those to arrive, and then I can finish my back to school video haul of all our supplies. And yeah, let's just get cracking. I did buy a couple of things that weren't homeschool stuff, but I'll show you them anyway because it's kind of funny. Not funny as in what's they're for, but funny as in the sizing. We'll talk about it in a minute anyway. So yeah, let's let's just get started. My daughter's just finished her summer books, so I'm just going to check what she's done in those, and then we're going to do musical multiplication, I think, and then we're going to get started with prepping, so I'll speak to you soon. Okay, so I want to move around these drawers. One of them is going to go in the schoolroom, and one of the schoolroom drawers is going to come out here. It's all to do with making sure more light can get in, and also then I don't have to turn the light on as much. Thinking about electricity price increase, and also just have things organised in a different way, because certain things we weren't utilising, certain things we were utilising more, but it wasn't easily accessible. So I'm just going to switch all of the things around. Just making the dog's dinner. So they do have kibble. They used to have dog meat as well, but they went off it and weren't really eating it, and it's so expensive, so it didn't seem worth it. They do have kibble, though we've been having an issue with kibble with one of them, which is Ariel. She is allergic to something in IAMS, I don't know what. It just makes her vomit, so we've stopped giving anyone IAMS because of the fear that she could still eat some of them, and we've definitely discovered it's 100% the IAMS. However, if I make my food for them, she's absolutely fine with it. And we've also just got her their tails, which is supposed to be grain-free for sensitive digestion, and so far she seems to be fine with it, so that's a huge plus. They had Royal Canine when they were puppies, and I'm thinking of switching them all back onto that, because it'll be a lot easier if everybody's on the same food and you're not having to separate them and everything else to eat. Obviously we've got 6, so it's challenging to separate them to eat. Nobody else gets anyone else's food if they're having different things, so I don't want Ariel to accidentally eat the wrong food. So if I switch them all back onto Royal Canine and she's okay, amazing, because then we don't have the whole 2 different foods issue. But I want to buy a sample bag first to make sure, because she never had any stomach issues at all until we started it on the IAMS, but it wasn't, I don't know whether it got worse, and because it wasn't really noticeable at first, but then it came to the point where she was vomiting pretty much every day, and wouldn't even eat treats or anything. And as soon as I stopped giving her the IAMS and started making her food myself, completely the opposite, back to her normal self. It's bizarre. I don't know what the hell is in those IAMS that upset her, because it's not supposed to have anything bad in it. You know, it's supposed to be reasonably good food. Not quite as good as Raw Canine, but sort of the next one down. But we switched them from Royal Canine because it was getting really difficult to find it. There was lots of shortages of it, and every month it was like, panic, can we find their dog food? Which is why we went to IAMS, because Amazon had it and it was much readily available. But obviously she can't have it, so they are having Harringtons, which they do not like. I bought this giant bag from Costco because the reviews were amazing. Harringtons were supposed to be such a great dog food, and they all hate it, so that's not good. So I wasted money on that, but they all love my food, and I've never seen them eat any kind of dog food the way they eat my food. So the recipe I'm currently doing at the moment is turkey. They're having carrots, potatoes, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, oats and rice, and they absolutely devour it. It's gone within seconds. I never see them eat food like that, any kind of dog food, not even Raw Canine. But they're still having the Harringtons until we switch them back onto Raw Canine, and Ariel's having tails. Anyway, I'll get back to the Amazon haul arrived today, and I'll show you what I was talking about earlier with the sizes, because it's about the dogs and it's hilarious. Let's get to the Amazon thing. So this is what I was telling you about. So I bought stuck to the thing, 2 surgical suits for Ariel and Lexi, because they're going to be spayed soon. They're in their waiting period after the season before they're allowed to be spayed. I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but here, after they have their season, they make them wait 2 to 3 months for hormone levels to go down before they will spay them. So I've got them their surgical suits ready. But when I was checking the sizes, they said extra large for my little Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. It's insane. So I hope that their sizing is just not completely crazy, because I can't imagine them being extra large, but I'm curious to see how big they are in reality, so let's just open one and see. So this apparently is extra large. That's extra large. Oh my god. What is sort of a Labrador then, if this is extra large. It feels actually really comfy and nice. I'm just glad that they don't have to be done right now because it's so hot, there's no way they could wear these. But Quinn had a donut of shame, so not the cone of shame, but I bought her this when she was spayed, this really plush donut. So it was actually, it's really nice and comfortable. She was quite happy with it. But Ariel absolutely hated it when she saw Quinn with it on. She bought like crazy. I think it scared her. The donut did. Quinn didn't mind it. So I decided to go for suits for Ariel and Lexi. But yeah, so that's an extra large size. I thought that was really funny. I think that should be okay actually. I'm going to try them on in a second and see. But yeah, that's their little surgical suits. So the first Amazon items. So here she is, and extra large was the right size. It's a bit loose here, but that's what you want because that's where a scar will be. She's tiny and she weighs less than 6 kilos. Well, just almost 6 kilos, and she's extra large apparently. It must be a really small fit. I've messed up the buttons, that's why it's not sticking up like that. That's crazy. But yeah, at least she's got
going swimming.
At least she's got a suit now. So here's Ariel. Hers is a little bit more snug, but there's still enough loose around the stomach, and it's not stabbing her or anything. It's soft material, so I think that'll be fine for her too. So they're both extra large, but there is at least a kilo difference in terms of their size. It's crazy. So this is what I got Quinn, the donut of shame, but they're gonna have the surgical suits instead. So that's one problem solved. I'm happy. I'm slightly a little bit worried about Ariel's, but it seems to be baggy enough, so I think it'll be fine. I'm just not going to wash them or anything because, obviously, before they use them, because I don't want them to shrink. So I'm still cooking their food. I'm going to have spaghetti carbonara, but it's still lunchtime. I'm doing them, because it's so hot, I'm doing them lunch for dinner switcheroo, because it gives the house a chance to cool off. Not that it does, but you know, if you cook in the evening, it's just so hot anyway. It's 86 without cooking, so imagine what it is cooking. But we had a tiny bit of rain. I've just checked the thermometer and we dropped down to 82, so it's currently raining right now. It's very, very slow rain, but it's better than nothing. I'm so happy to see rain. I might be able to get some sleep tonight, which will be bliss. So I'm just going to get the pasta on. So I said spaghetti carbonara, but I think we're actually going to have pasta. Redid my jars. So some of them were in plastic jars and some of them didn't have jars at all. I was still using the packets, but I decided to get glass jars from IKEA. I mentioned it in my meal plan video. So these ones are from IKEA, and I've just wrote on them because I don't have a label maker. Not that swish. But yes, I'm really happy with them. So I got those. I already had these ones, but I got these 2 glass ones here, and then I got some ones for sugar down there. Okay, so their food's ready. This has got a cool, and this is the part they hate because they have to wait. And so I'm just going to crack on with ours. I'm just going to chop up some mushrooms. So I need to get, question for you, I need to get some new frying pans soon because all the non-stick has worn off. I'm thinking of getting cast iron, and I've never had a cast iron frying pan or any kind of pan before that's cast iron. 2 reasons. One, because the non-stick always wears out, so you're having to replace them anyway. And the second reason is obviously the chemicals. It's something that I'm more consciously aware of. That what you're cooking your food in and things like that. But I have a couple of concerns with cast iron. So let me know if you've got cast iron pans, frying pan, Dutch oven, whatever. Let me know if you have any, if you can answer any of these questions or if you've had any of these issues. My main worry is you can't obviously wash them in the dishwasher. That's what I've read, or wash them with any kind of soap. You're just supposed to wash them with warm water and then re-season them. Does the essence of whatever you've cooked before go on to the next thing? So for example, when I'm making, say I'm making spaghetti bolognese, I usually would do that in my non-stick frying pan. Not the spaghetti obviously, but the mince and the onions and everything else. But then I might use the frying pan the next day to make pancakes. So when you've got the cast iron, does the essence of whatever you cooked, so for example, if you cooked quinine, you need to wait, it's too hot. If you've cooked mince the night before and then you want to cook pancakes the next day, is that an issue? Or because you've seasoned it again, it doesn't matter? Let me know, because that's one of my main concerns, because I don't have the capacity to buy, 1 pan for meat, 1 pan for baking necessarily, because I think the cheapest one I saw was £29, so there's no way I can get 2 of them right now. So is that an issue for you? The essence of other food particularly meat products getting onto the next thing that you make? Or am I just being silly and it's not a problem at all? And also, do you find it heats up as fast when you're cooking it on the stove as your other frying pans do? Because I need to be mindful of gas usage, and you know, with all the utility prices going up. Okay, so what else came from Amazon today were these two little pencil pouches. They actually expand, so you can actually stretch it out, and depending on if you're putting small pencils in, or you know, crayons or whatever it is. And there were actually two in there. They were on sale for $4.99 for the two, so that's really good. So I'm just going to open one up and let's see how big they expand to. So that's them full size, and you've got your little zip here. And here's inside, you've got two pockets on the left side. That's really cute, I really like those. And then obviously you can squish it back down if you're only putting small items in there. So she's got a choice of colours. I didn't realise we were actually getting two, so that's good. The next thing were these Crayola twistable colour pencils. I've heard several people rave about these Sharpie gel pens, so they're on sale, so I thought I'd give them a try and see what we think of them. And then I got the Sharpie, these should be the Ultra, yes, the Ultra Fine markers for drawing. And then this is a stamp album, because we're doing, if you saw in one of my previous videos, we're doing a little stamp motivational rewards scheme this year, so exceptional work, you know, trying best, whatever. I decided for criteria she'll get a stamp, so we've got some different stamp albums. We've got some horse ones, we've got some dog ones, and then I've just got to buy one more. I think I'm either going to get animals of the world or cats of the world, and they're really beautiful stamps. You'll see them in one of my other hauls, but I'll be showing them in my back to school haul anyway, so you see them then. So this is a stamp album, so this is supposed to have 16 pages in it, for her to store all her stamps in. So that's what came today from Amazon. Disaster, my printer is broke. I just went to start printing something and we've got an error message. My husband's looked into it and it's quite a bad problem that's wrong with it, because it's almost 6 years old. We're going to have to get a new one because that would actually work out more cost effective when you consider that you ink with the new ones, and also the new ones do automatic double-sided printing, which this one doesn't. So we decided to get a new one. I'm excited to get the new one, but it's just sad when you're not expecting to have to pay for these things. Not long ago our dishwasher broke, so we had to replace our dishwasher because we couldn't fix it, that it was older and there wasn't a part for it. So it's just like one thing after another. So it's not the best time for this to happen, not that there ever is, but I'm excited to get the new one anyway in terms of printing. Hopefully it'll be really cool. I'm excited to see it, but yes. Rest in peace, printer. She has worked so hard. If you think about those 6 years, how many things I've printed all my life. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of things I printed. Total workhorse. I love the eco tanks. I'm just rising my bread upstairs because it's really warm. I'm glad to say the temperature has dropped though. It's been 86 for 8 days. So this is like a breath of fresh air. So the bread is just on its final proof, and I'm just going to start making some homemade soup. I'm going to do a vegetable soup, so I'm going to put in just what I've got on hand, to be honest. So we've got potatoes, carrots, I'm going to put some onion in there, pearl barley, some chicken stock, and maybe some peas or carrots. No, I already said carrots, maybe some peas or corn. I might put some beans in there. So yeah, it's just going to be a nice little vegetable soup with the bread, so it's going to be really yummy. My dogs are having fun. Hang on. This is Luca. Say hi, Dookie. Luca Duke. He is ginormous. He is definitely more Labrador-like than he is Cavalier, and he has that personality too, although he's as soft as a brush. And the biggest cuddler and snuggler, and they all love snuggling with him, especially when it's cold. His brother adores him. He's so playful, loves fetch and chewing, everything. You leave his shoes for 2 seconds, he'll be off with them. But he's absolutely adorable. We love you, Joey Dookie. Yes, we do. He's the best. Yes, he's the best boy. Go on, Dookie. Ariel wants to say hi. Oh, this is Miss Ariel. Yeah, she is a bra princess on you. Miss Ariel. Here's Mr. Noah. Oh, he's such a good boy. He's so sweet. He looks very, very much like his dad, Mr. JCPenney. Don't you? And here's little Miss Lexi. She's the tiniest. Here's little Miss Lexi. Little princess too. And we have Quinn. And we got Quinn down there. She's chilling on the mat. Oh, Miss Quinn. Miss Quinn. And Mr. JCPenney. He's lying down on the rug, stretching out. Okay, so the rolls for the soup are just going to go in now. So I decided to put celery in because I had quite a bit that I needed to use up. We've got some carrots in there, onions, pearl barley, potatoes. I'm just going to put this, make the stock now, and then get that one to cook. Usually when I do soup I make a bigger pot, but because it's so hot, it's cooler today, but because it's so hot we might not want it, and I don't really have room in the freezer at the moment because we've not long done our monthly shops to freeze it, so I'm just making a smaller pot today. I just added some garlic and some mixed herbs, and now it's just going to cook. And now to clean up my mess. My daughter's making potions. They smell amazing. There we go. It's yummy. She has arrived, so I'm just going to unbox her now and have a look, get her all set up. So I'm just getting the printer all set up and doing all the alignment. Shadows here watching. It's actually really cool. I really love it. I just need to obviously get everything straight with its alignment and everything first. But I'm really enjoying it so far. So we had a discovery of an injured bird in our garden today. This is a magpie. If you can see, its wing and leg look really damaged. So I'm hoping the vet can do something. I phoned the vet and they said they take him. So I'm just really hoping that they can help him. Fingers crossed. Okay, so first item on the agenda is to take all these folders down and find a new home for them, because I want to use this shelf for books. It is a bookcase. These have just been here the past year, maybe 2 years, because I haven't needed to go up to that shelf, but I do have a few things that I want to put up there. It's not really new stuff so much as just reorganising, putting things in different spots. So up here we've shopped our shelves, which I always recommend you do before you buy more books, and picked out some books for her to read and for me to read as read alouds this year that we'd like to do. It's not the only things we're going to read, obviously we've got other things that we've got with our curriculum, and you know, we can do the library and buy new books, obviously, if there's a certain one that we want to read. Well, that's the idea to put up here. It's the shopped shelved books, plus if there's any room, some of our other books too, that haven't got a home yet. So that's my plan first. Then I also managed to get some other books up there too, so that's number one job done. Okay, now moving on to our main shelf. There's no water. And yes, I'm using a Christmas cup. I've been using a Christmas cup all year. I have no shame. This shelf here has got lots of art supplies on that we've had for the past several years. We've left one of our big shelves for art supplies. I'm actually going to transform one of our carts that we were using for something else into, well, this is what I'm thinking, but I want to see how it's all going to fit. I've got two carts that I could possibly use. I have this one. I have this one. So I'm going to get everything out and then just fiddle around putting them into different carts and see what works best. Then I can leave this shelf for books. We can move across one. Could be, I don't necessarily have to do this, as in I've not run out of space. You know, I could still leave it as it is, but I want to utilise one of our carts more for our art supplies. I think that's what I want to do, at least in my head. Or stationery supplies, just so everything's there and handy, so when she wants to colour something, she knows, okay, I'll colour pencils in there, just so they're not all on her desk, because then I think when you have all your art supplies, or, you know, your stationery supplies, pencils, pens, everything all on your desk, it can get a bit cluttered and hard to find stuff. So that's my thought process, but we're going to see how this all pans out. I'm experimenting as we go along. Okay, we're back from the shops. We just went to get a few bits and went to Marks and Spencer. The kids eat free offer is still on, so we just had some soup and she got her lunch for free. And we went to the food hall to get well, I wanted to get something for a treat for when we go back to school. So we got cookie dough balls. They look amazing for back to school day. And I've just had the most amazing ice cream I've ever had in my entire life. So they had the dulce, I don't know how you pronounce it properly, dulce de leche ice creams, and oh my goodness, it's like in a cone, so like a cornetto style, and it's the best ice cream I've ever had. It's divine. So from Marks and Spencer I also got her a couple of bits that are not homeschool related, but you know, just things for autumn. So we got some socks, and she got some cute socks. She also got some underwear, which I'm also not going to show, and then we got these pajamas, and they were so sweet. I always get the next size up in these types of things so they last longer, and also because I think with pajamas you want them loose anyway, you don't want them tight. Look at those, they're so cute. So it's this one says pajama party, and then the second top has got all the little dogs on, and then the pants are blue and then matching dogs. I thought it was like bluish purple. I thought they were so cute, so we got those. She's still in 9 to 10 quite comfortably, but they'll last longer if I get the next size up. And also you don't want them back, you don't want them tight, you want pajamas loose. So what I'm going to do now is just put these away, then I'm going to get some printing started while I carry on organising stuff. So I didn't show you this morning when I was filming, but I went through we have the IKEA desks, which have, you know, you could either have the Alex straws or the little cupboard with it. So we both have the cupboard because the Alex straws were too expensive. So I've just gone through both of our IKEA cupboards to check what was in there. I found a few goodies actually, which I was quite happy about, but I didn't realise they were hiding at the back. Just a few stationery items, bits of some paper pads, which will be useful, and some pens and stuff. So I did that with hers, and I also did that with mine. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to start the printer off, and then I think I am going to start on organising the red reading cart that's right next to me here. I want to get our Beautiful Feet books for History of the Horse on there, so I want to get those sorted and put away some of the things that are on there. And then I think I might polish and clean the shelves with all our games on there in here. I'm not going to clean the wardrobe that's got games in because the doors are closed and it's not dusty, I've checked. At least there's something I don't have to polish and dust. But it does need reorganising, but I'm not going to do that today. So I think I'm going to clean the game shelves. So I'm going to do the reading cart, clean the game shelves, and carry on sorting that shelf out with the art supplies, because I haven't done that yet. I'm procrastinating on that because I can't decide whether to use this thin rainbow cart or the thicker rainbow cart, which I showed you before, to put the art supplies in. Because then once I figure out which one I'm going to use, then I have to take out what's in there, and that's what I'm procrastinating about. But we'll get started anyway. I'm going to do the get the printer going, so speak soon. Okay, so I've done a couple of the drawers, which I'll show you in a minute. So we've got oil pastels and chalk pastels in here. This is all our watercolours. We've got her set, my set, and then some paintbrushes in there. I've just tidied up our glitter and you know, sequin drawers. I've just tidied up those. You can hear the print. I'm still working on the drawers, but I put this little caddy that used to be on the shelf, the big main shelf here, and then I've just got these little pots and just starting to put some art supplies in. So these are watercolour pencils, those are charcoal. I'm just going to open this and take some out. I'm not going to take the watercolour pencils out because obviously we've got quite a few left already. Well, not a few left, I've got some already that we can use. But I want to put out the sketching pencils, and I think I'll put out the charcoal pencils, and I'll leave those in there till we need them. I'm just going to put out 2 of each. They've all got different initials on, so I think they're all different sizes. So I'm going to put out 2 of each, so 2 S's, 2 M's and 2 H's. Again, these have all got different initials on, so depending on how hard they are. So we've got HB, 2B, 4B, 3B, 3H, what's that one? 3H. So there's several different, that's my timer for my oven to tell me to go and get the dinner out of the oven. Several different sketching pencils, and I think I'm just going to put them all in actually into the pot for these ones. That's what it's looking like so far. So I put the charcoal pencils in with the little charcoal chalks, and then the charcoal pencils in there. I'm not going to get the regular colour pencils out because I got that tin of new colour pencils. I'm not going to get the water ones out because we've got enough of those for right now. But I am going to get the metallic ones out because I think they look really cool. This is looking like so far. I've reconsidered, I'm just going to put them all out, only because this doesn't close. I mean, it does kind of, but if I store it, they might probably end up falling out or something like that. So I may as well just put them all in, and then we'll just keep them and probably hopefully get 2 years out of them, because there's extra ones, so that's good. These are really nice, the tin, so you get all the different shades in 3 different colour palettes. I really like that. You watch, don't drop on the floor, please. Yeah, I really like that, the way they've set that all out. Yes, I didn't drop it. I'm just going to put the Colours of the World coloured pencils in, with the coloured pencil ones, and then we get the fine liners out and the watercolour brush pens out in the other 2 pots. I'm just going to put those ones in, and I think that'll be it in there. I'm just going to put some erasers in here, I think. Now it's going to be, these are for 5th grade fun. Let's wait till 5th grade if we can, just because it's exciting then when it gets to art. Wow, we've got all these new supplies, but we'll see how long before she dips into them. We've only got 3 weeks left till we go back to school anyway, so she might wait. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to put the Ohu, I don't know how you say that, dual tip markers. They've got brush on one end and fine tip on the other. I'm going to put those in there as well. I'm just going to squish those up a little bit, and then I'm going to put these sharpeners and erasers right down there, and I think that looks really cool. So that's, I think that'll be done then. So that's how it's looking so far. That's just the top, and then I've got to carry on organising the drawers, but I feel like I've accomplished something. Half the time I write a list on the board, and then I end up doing a million other things that weren't on the board, and I think, oh, I've not got anything done today, and then you forget about all the things you actually did do, just because you haven't wrote it on the board, because you always forget to write things. I know I do anyway. I think, oh, I should do this. For example, this wasn't, doing the art box was not on my list. I had doing the cart, but I've not finished the cart, so I can't actually say, yay, I've ticked that off yet. But anyway, I feel accomplished because it actually does look like I've done something. Okay, there we go, it's done. So I've just put the erasers and the sharpeners in a little pot. Got the colour pencils right here, the dual tip, fine and brush markers, the metallic Colours of the World and regular colour pencils, dual tip watercolour pens, sketching pencils, watercolour pencils. There's one brush, but I'm just going to get the other watercolour brushes actually. Then we've got the Sharpie ultra fine markers there. So I'm going to put the two thicker watercolour pens and then 2 of the thinner ones. I'll leave these 2 in the cupboard for another use. And then I'm going to put these watercolour brush pens, the Ohu or Ohuhu brand, in with the other watercolour pens because they're slightly different, so it'd be nice to have the variety. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to leave, because it's in like a plastic case, I'm going to leave them in here, and then I'll put them in her little IKEA cupboard that's on the desk, and then when we do our watercolour brush time, then she's got a choice. She can get these out of a cupboard, or she can use those ones that are in the pot. But I am going to take out these brushes and put a couple of them into the pot ready. And there we go. The watercolour brushes are just here. And they are thicker, so this one is quite a thick one. And then the others are just regular size. There's only 2 left, so I just put them in there. So put them in the cupboard. But yes, that's our little art section done. Okay, and it's done. The cart's done. So I decided to just plough through and finish it, and then I could take it off my list. I also polished as well. Be proud of me. Okay, so colour pens, not colour pencils, watercolour pencils, and the watercolour brushes, ultra Sharpie markers, charcoal, and more charcoal down there. Different types of sketching pencils, watercolour brush, double-sided brush markers, and the pens that you put water in, People of the World colour pencils, metallic colour pencils, and some regular colour pencils, the Ohuhu dual tip markers with the fine and the brush, some erasers and sharpeners, and then the big pack of colour pencils. Top drawer are 2 mixed media notepads, all the different sketch watercolour paints and brushes, and there is some acrylic paint at the back as well. Chalk pastel and oil pastel, different types of markers. So we've got gel pens, some friction markers, these fibre tip pens, and then the Ohuhu brush pens down. In here we have got not stencils, what I'm talking about, little sequins. So these are Halloween, horse ones, Christmas ones, some wintry ones. I do need to top those up when I go to the shop where they sell those types of things, the little craft shop. Lots of glitter, lots of different little sequins and stickery things that you can stick down, some glue here, stars and stuff, more glitter at the back, and some miscellaneous little confetti and all kinds of things that you can have fun crafting. And this one we've got washi, glue, some fun glue, glue sticks, little chalk, eraser, some more tape, and those Silly Scents crayons. Next one we've got seasonal stamps, so Christmas and Easter stamps, some regular stamps, and then those little different hole punches with fun animals on and things like that. There's a Christmas tree one. More stampers, letter ones and fun animal ones, some letter beads there with some pipe cleaners if you want to do any of those. Some more stamps down there, and letter stamps, and then we have some different ones. So we've got horses, animals, ocean in there. I thought I was missing something when I said I've got the acrylic paint. I forgot these ones as well, so I'm just going to pop those in next to the acrylic paint. Okay, now I'm going to go through our history of the horse with Beautiful Beak books. I meant to do this before we broke for the holidays. I've gone through it, but I haven't printed off the things I need to print off. So if it says, you know, find this map or whatever, then I'm going to stop printing them off now. Okay, so I have finished printing off, there wasn't too many, just this much stuff for Beautiful Feet books, History of the Horse. So that's all ready to go now. So now they're all on the shelf ready, on the reading cart shelf. Okay, so right now I'm just printing all the things. So I'm just printing a ton of different things. Wild Explorers from some of the different volumes, picture study things, nature study stuff. Just printing all the things, and I absolutely love my new printer. Definitely 5 stars. So for picture study, I'm using Ambleside Online this year, and I'm just printing off the first term right now, which is Van Gogh. And I'm going to be using the Great Artist collection that I have, obviously for the right artist. This one's Van Gogh, and also the Discovering Great Artists book, and it has certain, sorry, my printer's just run out of paper. It has activities and paintings and things for them to do, as well as some information about the artist. Okay, so in the top one I've just got a coloured paper pad, a white plain paper pad, and some cards, and then I'll keep the other ones in the cupboard ready for when those run. Next one I've just got supplies. This one is envelopes, cards and things for writing. I've just got all the paint sticks in here, and the rest of the stem thing. Okay, so last thing I'm going to do, it's raining outside, it's why it's so dark, in this video is to do the work boxes. I probably won't finish it today though, but I'm going to start taking out everything that we've finished this year and put it into her storage box for 4th grade, and then I'm going to start putting the new stuff in. But this is going to be continued, so I'll show you in the next video that, and also I will show you setting up my planner and things like that. So we'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye for now. Okay, so we are just getting ready to go out to a National Trust property. I'm really excited. So there's there's a big mansion house there. There's really nice gardens, and there's a farm there. So it should be really fun. So that's what we're about to do. I will catch up with you later. We've got a picnic blanket and our cooler with our food in for a little picnic while we're there. Okay, so we had such a really great time at the place we went to, the National Trust property. We saw the big mansion house, we saw all the farm that they had, all the animals. I'll insert a few clips. We saw some pigs, we saw cows, chickens. It was just, it was amazing. And I don't know, when you go to historical properties, do you walk around and think, wow, people lived here, and I wonder what they were doing? Because I know I do. So when I'm walking up the stairs, I think, wow, I wonder what they were doing when they were walking down the stairs in their gowns to their ball and everything, because the house is absolutely humongous. And it was interesting because I was asking in each room there was someone there if you had any questions, and I was asking them how it came about that the National Trust got the property. And apparently the last person who owned it didn't have any heirs, so they left it in their will to the National Trust so that they could have a say as to what would happen to it. They had a cousin but they decided not to leave it to them. I thought, I wonder why. They mustn't have liked their cousin very much. So they left it as National Trust, but the land is huge. There's a parkland there with deer, and it's absolutely amazing. And as you're walking around the grounds, I kept thinking to myself, I wonder what they used to do. Did they have, when they were walking around the grounds, and what life was like? And you saw the servant areas where the kitchens were, and the housekeeper's sitting room, and it was just, I don't know, it was just amazing. And the biggest thing, and I came out and I was like, see, they had storage in those days. They knew how to build houses, because there was pantries upon pantries upon pantries. There was the pantry for dairy, there was the pantry for bread, there was a pantry for fruit and preserving, and so many different things. And now they just do not know how to build houses, because we have literally no storage in our house. It's crazy. But yes, anyway, I'm going to leave it there, because this video is probably really long, and I will pick you up in our next prepping for 5th grade video. So I hope it was fun to see a few things we've been doing over the summer. Next time I'll probably just be purely prepping, there won't be anything else, but I thought it would be fun to show you a couple of things that we've been doing over the summer as well in this vlog. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.